This is Penn Woods interviewing for the Oklahoma Living Legends. The date is February 24th, 1972, with the home of Mrs. Louise Witham. We did an interview with Ms. Witham 7 or 8 months ago in which we talked about the early days of Tulsa, and today we're going to talk more about history. And the outline for what we're visiting with today, as you may recall from our other interview, Ms. Witham is a longtime teacher of history in Tulsa and was the founder and really the guiding light behind the early high school historical society, which is a forerunner to the what is now the Tulsa Historical Society. The subject of our outline today is the fabric of history, and I'd like to just kind of go from there, Ms. Witham, and let you discuss what you would like to, and we may break in with questions as we go along.
Well, first off, being a school teacher, I'll correct you. My name is Whitcomb. Being English, and it drops the H, you know. Whitman, not Whitman, Whitman. But then that doesn't matter. The subject of my talk today, is the fabric of history. Probably there's nothing particularly new about it to people of your maturity and good judgment and education, but young people and the newcomers into Oklahoma may not have heard it. I think that also the fact that our commercial sources of information and entertainment are responsible for the fact that very, very much of the better side of our Oklahoma history has gone by the way. I refer particularly to the stories of war and of intrigue, which are played up so much and exaggerated and that sort of thing. And in thinking of history as a whole, we think of it perhaps as a great tapestry being woven as we go along, the red threads of war, the black threads of intrigue, but here and there through it are the golden threads of unselfishness and consideration of other people. And it's this latter phase of our history which has been so much neglected by the commercial groups that we listen to. I think we are particularly indebted to Mr. Jones of the Tribune for the stand which he has recently taken in developing the happier side of our history. I ask you now to think back to about 1920. I recall that I was privileged to be in Miss Alice Robertson's home near Muskogee one day the fall of that year, and as our group went from place to place as she showed us some of the remarkable things which she had acquired, both as a missionary and as a second congresswoman, we came to a tall shelf, and there was a tiny three-drawer bureau. And she said, "This is my most cherished possession. My grandfather made it when he was in prison." That rather took us aback, because as we looked at it and talked about the cleverness of the work, not any one of us dared ask her why her grandfather had happened to be in prison. When I got home that night, I went through my books, and this is what I found. Her grandfather was Samuel Worcester. Now you'll spell that W-O-R-C-E-S-T-E-R. but it's pronounced, as so many English names are, in a different way. It's pronounced whiskey. And then I found that he was in prison for 4 years, and I'm quoting here, for aiding and abetting persons remaining in Georgia contrary to the laws of the state. Then, as I read farther, I found that he was the one who recognized the importance of the Sequoia alphabet, what it meant to the Cherokee people. Now it happens that white missionaries had been working both for the Choctaws and for the Creeks on an alphabet which is based on or using our American letters. But the Cherokee was a much more complicated language, and particularly the aspirated gutturals. Now honestly, I don't know what that means, but that was in the book. The aspirated gutturals were so numerous that they had to be expressed by other characters. Well, Richter, seeing how important all of this was, arranged before he was finally freed from prison for a printing press, which would have also the type peculiarly used by Sequoia. And when he was released, he brought that printing press to Oklahoma, and by 1839 he had settled himself near Tahlequah, a place called Park Hill. And there, for the remaining years of his life, he continued to print an enormous amount of very, very informative and educational and spiritual literature. That printing press is now still in use and is owned by our Gilcrease Institute. His daughter, Mrs. Alice Robertson, and her husband were missionaries under the American Society of Foreign Missions, and that was supported by churches from the Presbyterian, Baptist, and Methodist churches. And their special interest was education of the Creeks and the further development of the Creek alphabet, which Mrs. Robertson was able to complete, and for which, by the way, she received an honorary degree from an Ohio university. Well, her daughter, Alice, was born during this period when her grandfather was in prison, and she became, as I told you, a congresswoman and a great helper with her mother. They were, well now, if you were going to Muskogee, you'd make a turn on 51 near Porter. That is called Tallahassee on the map, and it is the place where the great Presbyterian school, which is called Tallahassee, was built in the 40s, but which was completely destroyed during the Civil War, and that is where Mrs. Robertson taught. During the war, she and her husband were up in Wisconsin, and it was there that he died. She came back to Oklahoma, and she and her daughter Alice, who is now fairly well grown, established Realaka, a mission school, and there, among other benefactors, they took the orphan girl Lila Lindsay, Denton she was at that time, and protected her. But in the meantime, and while Lila was there as a student, they interested a wealthy man in establishing a school of higher learning. It was to be called Kendall College, and it's the forerunner of our Tulsa University of today. The Denton story, the Lila Lindsay story, goes back to her Denton grandfather, who was a missionary at about the same period, and he came into Oklahoma willing to submerge his own personality in that of the Creek people to whom he came. And so, as a sign of that, he intermarried with a mixed, what we call a mixed blood Indian girl, Creek, and then his son, also as a man, married one of the Pullman girls. Now this will give you the background of the Lila Lindsay, of whom I shall speak at a later period. But now coming back to the other history, which seems to me to reflect the beautiful that there is in the fabric of our history. I would refer particularly to the Quaker agents, as they were called. And there we will find, close to Tulsa, of course, the Osage people, with Major Laban Miles as the agent. He is spoken of with such affection and respect by John Joseph Matthews in his story of Wakanka. He is also to be remembered because of his great kindness to his orphan nephew, Herbert. And by the way, President Hoover never did forget the time he lived among the Osages. Well, the Quaker people, in connection with their general educational value, asked President Hayes if they might select men of their own group, men whom they could trust to be agents for the newly settled Indians on the reservations. And as such, Major Miles, of course, was one, but in the southwest corner of the state, the Arapaho and Cheyenne Indian reservation was set up. And to them, they sent Laurie Prism and Denton Darling, and they were very helpful in making that adjustment step between complete freedom to a more settled situation. They were particularly good in establishing business relations. Two of their groups, rather, established the transit system that went from the Cheyenne Arapaho area up into Kansas and brought back whatever goods or postage or whatever was necessary. The Cheyenne boys would drive the day one week and the Arapahoes the next. Well, this made some of the people in other states who were jealous of the large carving up of Oklahoma into reservations, made them very, very angry, and they wanted to get rid of those Quaker agents. It is actually a matter of historical record. One man said, why, those wild Indians have no more claim to that land than have the buffaloes that roam over the hills. And their talk was sufficient in Congress so that the Quaker agents, period, lasted only during the Hayes administration. Now, coming down from that and coming back again to our Lila Lindsay story, we find that her grandfather, well, I told you about her grandfather marrying, intermarrying that way. And during the Civil War, her father was killed and mother died, and she was left this perfectly helpless orphan, but she was taken in by Mrs. Robertson and cared for until she was about 13 years of age. She had learned so easily and so quickly that she was sent to the, and also it was just a gift to her. She went to Hillsborough Academy in Ohio and remained there until she was graduated with collegiate honors. It is said she was the first Creek woman in Oklahoma who was a college graduate. Now she is important in our story because she came to Tulsa. Well, she married Mr. Lindsay and then returned to Oklahoma and was a teacher from about 88 to about 91 in the Presbyterian school. At the same time, living in Tulsa were two teachers who had preceded her, and they are so remarkable that my only regret is that in the limited time I have now, I can't tell you all about them. But their names are Ida Stevens, who married the preacher's son and became Mrs. Hayes, and Myrtle Mowbray, and she became the wife of the famous Heck Thomas. You remember they called him Heck Thomas because his strongest byword was by Heck. And so those three teachers were the ones who guided and helped our young historical society at Central High School, which began in 38 and lasted until 1950. But in the meantime, coming back to Mrs. Lindsay's story, she came with her husband, who had been a major in the Civil War, and he was an experienced builder whom she had married in Ohio. She came here in, as I say, in the 80s. Well, in 1906, the apportionment of land among the Creek Indians was affected, and oddly enough, Mrs. Lindsay drew number one, which meant that she had her number one matched postal number one, which had been arranged before, and that gave her the land from 4th Street south to 13th, from Denver west to the river, as well as a small farming lot outside of the area of town. That was probably the roughest, the town area was the roughest piece of land in Tulsa, because the hills were very, very sharp there, and the ravines that had been worn down by the water were very, very deep. Her husband, being an accomplished, being a good carpenter and stonemason and general manager, arranged to have those rough land smoothed out. And that made it possible, you see, to be cut up and arranged for lots which could be sold. Then also as a carpenter in later years, he built a number of houses, which some of which were sold or which could be quickly rented. As a consequence, the Lindsays had a very comfortable arrangement for money. There were certain extravagances too. For instance, he built a 20-room house and referred to it as her teepee and just laughing and joking, but used it as for entertainment and for housing people that needed special help. Now, the point about Mrs. Lindsay is not the thing that is mentioned so often in the Douglas account, which came out in 1920, as being so wonderfully rich, so wonderfully gifted mentally, and so much appreciated by the governors of the states, who had appointed her to all sorts of important boards, and then our mayors in Tulsa who put her on civic operations programs and that sort of thing. She was undoubtedly, at that time, say 1920 up to the 30s, the most powerful woman in this part of the state, and known all over the country. Well, her husband died about 25, I mean, and then she had continued giving things away. She gave her an acre of ground for the building of the Lindsay School, as they called it. We now call it Riverview. And then she gave another acre, which was to be sold, and it brought the Midland Valley Railroad and